Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. So here we are out in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of the United States, the east coast of the United States, and today we're going to be taking a look at gardening at sea. Yeah, gardening here on the Symphony of the Seas, Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas. Okay, so let's go take a look at how they garden on this ship at sea. Named after the famed park in New York City, the at-sea version is the first real park with live plants on board a cruise ship. Central Park on Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas cruise ship has more than 20,700 tropical plants, trees, and flowers spread across its open-air deck, which is located on deck number 8. There really is a big variety of plants on board the Symphony of the Seas in Central Park. You can see many different kinds of trees, including giant elephant ear trees, calla lilies, butterfly lilies, red ginger, a variety of snake plants and dracaena, rabbit foot ferns, and other types of ferns. There are a lot, and what's neat about it is they actually have little name tags so that you can identify the plant as well as learn a little bit about it. So it really is a treasure trove of plants for any plant lover. Now, a lot of people just walk through it because there are a variety of restaurants here, upscale restaurants and upscale shops as well in this area. So and bars, of course. Of course, there's music at night. A jazz band plays in there. It's very, very calming. They pipe in bird sounds, although there are a few birds I saw flying around, and they pipe in crickets as well. So it has a very nice ambiance to it. During the day, it's very sunny in there because it's open to the sky above, obviously, and at night there's a great variety of lighting in there that gives it a very mystical kind of a feel. I was lucky this time because Marianne saw a notice that the horticulturist, one of them anyway, was going to be giving a tour and a talk. And I did attend, and it was very informative. I wasn't able to video that because as he was talking, there was music playing from the pool deck, which was above, and I would have got a copyright strike. But I did learn a lot. Like I said, 20,700 plants. There's a drip water system so that everything is kept nice and moist, and it is monitored for that. And they do fertilize. They use liquid soluble fertilizer for the plants. He said it was kind of like a miracle grow. So what we're looking at right here is how they begin new seedlings in trays here underneath the some of these dracaena that you see. And then they transfer them over to a vertical wall of plants. And I want to say it's about maybe between 40 and 50 feet high, this vertical wall. And there are two of them, one on each side, the starboard side and the port side. And I've been on an Oasis-class ship many, many times, and to be honest, even me, I just wandered through and I didn't really even think much about all the greenery that was growing up the sides of the walls. And in fact, I actually thought that perhaps they were artificial plants, and I was startled to learn that they were hundreds and hundreds of seedlings being grown to replace plants on the ship. If you're curious and wondering what that big glass structure is that keeps popping up, those are actually skylights which allow light down into the Royal Promenade, which kind of looks like a mall. And there's a bar that actually floats from the Royal Promenade up into Central Park and back down again. So the plants go through a lot of adversity here on the ship. The salt air, number one, the beating down of the sun, number two, and also you have to realize that the ship is constantly being cleaned. So there are interior balconies that line the entire Central Park that look down onto Central Park, and they are constantly being cleaned. So the chemicals from the cleaning and so on will also affect the plants, and they had to compensate for that, as well as a couple of times the ship has listed, and what happened is some of the pool water, which is salt water, came pouring down into Central Park. Yeah, and in fact, we were on a ship once where there was a leak, and it came, the pool water came down through the balconies and into Central Park. So, they have to be aware of that, and they have to be prepared for all of that to maintain the health of the plants. So I asked the horticulturist if they were prepared for the lanternflies every time they dock in New Jersey, because we were on the Oasis of the Seas last year, and as the ship docked and we were embarking, it got filled with lanternflies, and they were going crazy in there, picking them out and getting rid of them because they didn't want those taking nest or root in their Central Park. So they are aware of the situation because this ship just relocated here from Florida, and they said they will be on top of the situation because they don't want any insect damage in all their plants. So I hope you enjoyed seeing this, not only for the variety of plants, but the magnitude of the planting, and how it shows you how mass planting of certain species of plants gives such dramatic impact, as well as the other architectural details which they've added, which adds a lot of interest. When we want our garden to be relaxing and peaceful and so on, there's a lot of thought that goes into all of that, not only with the plantings and the number of plantings, but as well as with the hardscape and architectural details that you may choose to add into your own garden. So again, I use this as points of inspiration, as I do with everything else I do. I'm always looking, taking pictures for something that inspires me that I might be able to recreate for me. Obviously not in this magnitude or at this scale, but something that it makes sense for me. So, and that's what it's all about. But again, it is just mesmerizing, the plants, the colors, the sounds, the feel, and you're at sea. You're at sea. So, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this and, get some ideas from this. All right, so here's a close-up of the vertical wall I took for you. See all those little openings there? That's where they transplant the seedlings into those openings, and then you have the vertical wall. And there is a shot of the vertical wall. Look how absolutely tall it is. It just looks green, right? Those are all individual plants. There's another picture of it. All individual plants in each one of those little circles growing there. It's absolutely magnificent. Okay, everybody, thanks for stopping by today. Take care, and I'll be seeing you really soon. Bye-bye.